Good morning. Welcome to the wacky Wednesday edition of Snowman in the Morning. Glad to have y'all with us. This first hour is presented in part by something I love very dearly, Invader Coffee. Pure coffee and pure fuel for the fearless. Go to invadercoffee.com, use the code Snowman, and get 15% off your order. Emily Rosario will join us at the bottom of hour one. Then we got Michael Burmy to talk women's tackle football at the top of hour two. RC Hawkeye Bruins fan is with us. The Hawkeyes had a struggle last night with Ohio State. They pushed Ohio State to overtime, but Ohio State eventually got the win. We'll talk about that women's basketball coming up a little later. But I want to start with Caitlin Clark, and I'm totally making this up as we go. I'm totally making this up as we go. I want to start with Caitlin Clark. She's heading into her second season, okay? And there's still a ton of hatred for Caitlin Clark, to the point where the Unrivaled League, and I'll talk about that ad nauseum tomorrow with Allison Moran, who will join us now on Thursdays, offered her $1 million. Here's you know what? Let me just do this. The Unrivaled League offers a better payday for its players. Okay, dig that. The Unrivaled League offers a chance for players to stay in the U.S. instead of going overseas to work on their game. Dig that. But the problem with the Unrivaled League, and I know I'm going to get flack for this, but I don't care. The problem with the Unrivaled League is they did not have a player to draw an audience. Here's where the double standard for Caitlin Clark comes in. Caitlin Clark saved the WNBA. Call it what you want. Say what you wish. Caitlin Clark saved the WNBA from going under, belly up, whatever phrase you want to use. And basically brought in a cash cow and a cash load. All right? You can say what you want, but that's the doggone truth. Now you get this Unrivaled League, and I have not watched a game in the Unrivaled League. Or I should say I haven't had a chance to. But it's good and it's bad. Let me explain the good. As I said before and a few moments ago, it allows players in the WNBA a chance to stay home. Okay? It allows them a chance to stay home. And they're all in one place. They're all in Orlando, Florida. So their families can come down from wherever they are. Their families can come down from wherever they are and watch them play. Dig that. It's got a lot of other amenities, including a social media setup. Dig that. Dig it. But the Unrivaled League is far behind real women's basketball fans like myself who watch women's college basketball and the WNBA. Let me explain why. It's pretty simple. There is not a major draw player-wise for the Unrivaled League. Nefessa Collier was one of the creators therein. And they still, they draw an audience, don't get it twisted, but they needed a face. Take a guess as the face they wanted. That's right, Caitlin Clark. They wanted Caitlin Clark so badly that TNT, not the league itself, TNT offered Caitlin Clark $1 million to be the face of their league. And Caitlin Clark made a smart move, in my opinion, and said no. She basically said, I am powering down for the winter. I'm going to spend time with my fiance. And then beginning at the top of 2025, let the team do what they do in terms of getting in shape and getting the players that they need. And then we'll go from there. The problem? The Unrivaled League, if the players in the Unrivaled League are WNBA players. If they hated Caitlin Clark before, they really hate Caitlin Clark now. Watch. They're going to show it through their practices this year. I can't wait to cover the WNBA. I'm doing a game of the week, and I'm following the Indiana Fever. All right? I can't wait to do that. Rakea Jackson, Nafisa Collier, I keep saying her name wrong, I'm sorry. But they are missing a face. They are missing Caitlin Clark badly. These same WNBA players who harbored hate for Caitlin Clark for the attention that she got and the way she pulled the league out of the doldrums. Okay, who was the last WNBA player to have this much of an impact? Aside of the very first year. They had a league called the American Basketball League for a while. They folded, unfortunately, after 2 years. They gave the WNBA some competition because at the time, WNBA was in its infancy and they were playing in halves while the ABL was playing in quarters. First quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter, for those of you that are confused. Now this Unrivaled League shows up. Listen, let the WNBA do their thing. All right? And the commissioner of the WNBA, her name escapes me right now. Somebody put it in the comments for me, please. Kathy Engelbert. Thank you. Thank you, honey. Kathy Engelbert, where art thou? Why haven't you silenced this hatred for Caitlin Clark? Why haven't you come out and said anything? Why haven't you come out and defended your golden goose? Because I'll tell you what, it ain't Angel Reese. It ain't Angel Reese. What makes it so crazy, and RC brings up a great point in the comments, look at the players that the WNBA has had over the years, from Rebecca Lobo to Teresa Witherspoon to Candace Parker to Sue Bird. And now you have Caitlin Clark. And they're going nuts for Caitlin Clark more than they ever did for any of the other players I've mentioned. Angel Reese just needs to shut up and get her game together. All right? Angel Reese just needs to shut up, quit posing, and play basketball and get better at it. If she does that, she can be the face of the Unrivaled League easy. Angel Reese joined the Unrivaled League with the intention of being the face of that league, and unfortunately, because of her terrible play and her attitude, she's not the face and never will be. Okay? Leave Caitlin Clark alone, because you're putting her in a situation of damned if you do and damned if you don't. All she wants to do is play basketball, period. Well, now all she wants to do is rest. Let me get some rest. I'll get a few shots in during the winter while I recalibrate my legs. And think about this. A fresh Caitlin Clark for 40 games. Let me say that again. a fresh Caitlin Clark for 40 games. You ain't got to worry about the Olympic break. You just have to worry about the All-Star break, and Caitlin Clark is going to be an All-Star. In fact, I think she's going to be the leading vote getter again for the All-Star game. Don't be surprised if Caitlin Clark sweeps all of the MVP awards. Regular season, All-Star, Finals MVP maybe? But the Fever have to really improve, and they got to get there. And with the signings that they've made this year, and Allie and I are going to talk about it tomorrow, and the coaching change that they've made, with Stephanie White now being their coach, this is going to get very interesting. Very, very interesting. But as far as Caitlin Clark goes, leave the girl alone and let her grow into her game. Please. She's already got the personality, and it's pure. Okay? And for you folks that are going to come after me using color as an excuse, shut it up right now. I'm not saying that because she's white. I'm saying that because Caitlin Clark is a hell of a basketball player and a hell of a person. Let me say that again. I'm saying this because I love Caitlin Clark's game and I love her personality. Now, with all that said, I'll say it again. Leave Caitlin Clark alone and let her grow into her character, will you please? You know, and Thomas Soboyle brings up a great point. WNBA still isn't getting 17,000 seat sellouts, and the PWHL is. Why? That's easy. PWHL teams play as teams. You got that? And the PWHL women's hockey, I won't say it's something brand new, but it's new enough. They are marketing their teams correctly. They are playing the game correctly, and they're marketing the game correctly. Okay? Now, I say again, leave Caitlin Clark alone. Let her grow and let her be. That's Snowman's take. What is yours?